It's about 10:30, and I just enjoyed a beautiful jacuzzi bath and bubbles, and my skin feels smooth, and every morsel of my bag is my avatar is happy. So, um, I'm here to show you how to visit Dreamtime, how to live in Dreamtime, how to have conscious dreams, how to see the other 99.005% of the universe, which is blocked by our disbelief, by our inability to allow ourselves to be that consciousness of one love. So the way, and it's very simple, rotate. It's very simple. All you have to do is breathe. You have to breathe 20% more than you normally do. So normally our bodies, our avatar, kind of, you know, has an autonomic nervous system that makes your heart breathe, that makes your lungs breathe, everything work. Because if you had to think about, making your heart pump and your lungs breathing and all the enzymes to work together, and you just couldn't, and you'd fall over dead. So that's why we have an autonomic nervous system. But our little squirrel in our head, in that wheel up there that thinks about, oh, I got to pay the bills, I got to do this, I got to do that. Oh, what's going to happen on Monday? My work, I got to pay my bills. That squirrel needs to be occupied, and it's very simple. All you do is breathe 20% more in than you normally do through your autonomic system, and then 30% out, because by breathing 30% out, it allows you a lot easier to breathe that 20% in. And by doing this process of breathing in 20% and out 30%, the little squirrel in your brain gets shut up. You hear in meditation tapes and other things, you have to quiet yourself. And that's why people get prayers and having their mantra. Well, because it does that same thing of making you breathe 20% more. Out. In. Out. So, I want you. There isn't anybody out there, is there? Don't look like it. It's a zero. There's one person that says they like it. Well, So anyway, focus your conscious mind on your breath, right? And breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and as I do, you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into a state of quiet relaxation, where your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. So 1, you're breathing in, you're filling your lungs with the prana and chi of the universe, that 99.005% of the rest of the universe, that dark matter that physicists are just starting to see, is prana and chi. And the energetic part of that glue is the ether. And the ether is this glue slash lubricant between the multiple universes that we are in. Right there is one universe, and there's another, and there's another, and it's more than you can count. And in those little slivers, between that glue and lubricant, is an energy, 0 point energy. And Nikola Tesla in the 1880s went down to Colorado Springs and did his Colorado Spring experiments, where he defined and discovered this 0 point energy. And then he came back and had Morgan, because he thought Morgan was his buddy. Morgan paid for his construction of the Wardenclyffe's demonstration industrial size apparatus of producing 0 point energy and transmitting it without wires to any place in the world. So you could now Morgan just wanted a telegraph that he could beep, 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 beep around the world without wires. But Tesla did more than that. He was going to send pictures and data and voice and power. And in this process, to send all of this on the same wave, he developed discrete isolation, which is digital electronics. So in the 1880s, 1890s, Tesla invented 0 point energy, free electricity, transmission of matter, meaning he could transmit you without being on a stagecoach or a railroad chain or a boat or an airplane, anywhere in the world, and conceivably in the solar system or conceivably in the universe, because he was telecommunicating between these parallel universes. Yes. When he said, there was an article in the Herald Tribune where he was, the reporter didn't quite get it right because he couldn't conceive of, parallel universes. So he said that Tesla was talking to people on Venus. Anyway, and then, the astronomers at the time said, how that can be? Venus is this really hot place with, sulfuric acid as an atmosphere. So people who didn't understand Tesla basically said he was a kook because they didn't understand. He was so far ahead of everybody. Anyway, so in your process of breathing, and as I've been discussing this, you have been breathing 20% in and 30% out. And you have been breathing in this prana and chi. And the prana is this ether that's all around us throughout the whole universe that is the conductor of this 0 point energy, right? Of information and matter and the chi is the energy coming up from the ground. It's our grounding, and it completes the circuit. So you have been through breathing in the prana and chi, breathing in 20% more and breathing out 30. And as you breathe out, you are breathing out more waste from your body, from your avatar, than urination, defecation, or sweating, because you every day breathe in and out thousands of cubic feet of atmosphere. And when you focus your conscious breath, instead of breathing in just stale air, you're breathing in the prana and chi, and you're energizing your body. You're healing yourself. You bring yourself higher and higher in an octave, right? So as I've been talking to you, you have been focusing your breath. Breathing in and out. And one, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of conscious relaxation. You're disconnecting the squirrel in your brain and letting your higher self, through the breathing in of that prana, into your lungs. And as it goes, it fills your lungs up 20% more. It energizes the cilia in those little sacs in your lung, and the blood flows through your lungs, bringing the carbon monoxide and all the other waste products of your body, and you're breathing them out. And by doing that, you're feeding the loop, and the chi gets stronger, and your ground, it gets stronger. And so the loop gets stronger. Your body gets stronger. Your connection to your higher self gets stronger. And your ability to communicate through dream time in a conscious way becomes real. And instead of oh, I can't do that, instead of having disbelief, you're suspending your disbelief because you're feeling this connection. Because what is happening with the prana, it goes into your lungs, it gets transmitted into your blood, and what's going on in your blood vessels and your veins and your arteries, instead of the blood going glub, 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 it spins. First clockwise, then inside of that spin counterclockwise, inside of that counterclockwise. So what that is the alternating current generator that Tesla developed is in your blood. And it's synchronizing with this polyphase current all through the universe. And you're becoming one with the unconditional love of love's one love. You're co-creating this force of 0 point energy, which allows you to transmit your consciousness anywhere in the universe. See that clearly. And as you're breathing in the prana and chi and circulating it through your body, you are visualizing in your imaginary mirror. And your imaginary mirror is your eyelids, right? And that's whenever we dream, our eyes are zipping around. It's called rapid eye movement, REM, REM. We're having REM sleep. And that's when, someone who's looking at you and you see your little eyes going zing, zing, zing behind your eyelids, they can tell that you're dreaming. And that's why we know that everyone dreams every night, because every time they've studied anyone's sleep, they see that everyone has REM, right? And when we meditate, when we consciously go into dream time and meditation, we have REM. So, one, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of conscious relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath, and you have energized your imaginary mirror, which is behind your eyelids. And you're seeing surrounded by white light. And this imaginary mirror is the same mirror that was in Olga Kluver's Curiosity Shop, right? So you go in to her Curiosity Shop, and what it was, when I looked through that window and I saw all these little creatures running around, and then when I go, oh no, it couldn't be that, my disbelief kicked in. The force field of my disbelief showed me the two-dimensional what I thought it was, right? But when I was allowed to feel comfortable and, put away my disbelief, I was able to see what was going on in my imaginary mirror. And there in front of me were little creatures running around her Curiosity Shop, things running on their own that shouldn't be able to do that within the context of what we think is material reality. And that right there, my friends, causes us to have a separation of our continuity. It breaks from the illusion that we're stuck in, the corner that we painted ourselves in through our ego. And we are allowed to, break from the illusion of what we think is real and able to see that other 99.005% of the rest of reality. So there you are. You're looking at your imaginary mirror, and I want you to walk through it. And take that white light that's all around you, that prana, and illuminate what's on the other side of that mirror, and you will see it is a library, right? It is your Akashic record. And all the walls and everything around you is made up of these big books. They look like big bricks, big stones, but they're books. They're like big books. About a foot thick and 2 feet square. And at one, as you walk into your library, there's a big reading table, and there's a comfortable reading chair and a light source coming from above, illuminating the reading table. And in front of the reading table is a gigantic fireplace, all made of books. Instead of bricks and stone in your fireplace, these are the Akashic records. And the flame that is burning bright there is the eternal flame of love's co-creation. See it clearly. And you walk up and you sit down in your comfortable chair, and to your left is your librarian, your animal totem, and your guardian angel. And you will see a librarian. And next to your librarian, you will see Madame Olga Kluver in her true form, not in the little midget or dwarf that people see with their disbelief, but the angelic Tinkerbell. And that's not her name either, but that is an image that's in your mind's eye. So see that clearly. See what Olga's true self is. And if you need to use a construct, go ahead, but you can see who she really is. See it clearly. And next to Olga is your librarian. See your librarian clearly. And your animal totem, see your animal totem clearly. And these are all to their left, is your last but not least, your guardian angel. So your librarian is there to bring you information, and your librarian is bringing your Akashic record and placing it on the reading table. It's being illuminated well from above, and you open it up, and there are blank pages. And then you again suspend your disbelief, and you will see a screen appear on those pages, like a video screen. And surrounding the big screen are 28 little screens. The big screen brings you the information. The little screens bring you perspective from different angles. Now, you may see and receive information from your Akashic record, and you may receive information that you don't understand, and that's why you've got an animal totem. Your animal totem is a griot, a storyteller like myself, and that animal totem will give you a story that will give you context so you will understand what that information's about. And once you receive the information and once you start to understand the information, because you're coming from an illusionary construct of disbelief, you'll get uncomfortable. But know your guardian angel always has your back. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. See that clearly. And now I normally bring you through the guided meditation to see your first incarnations, what you came to this universe as, how what your purpose was. But what I want you to see here on your first journey, I want Olga Kluver to bring you into the screen and bring you information that I'm not going to describe. But because I've got you to a place in your Akashic record where you have suspended your disbelief that you're truly there, you are in dream time, as I am right now. You can see me with my eyes closed. You can see me, my eyes are moving around. I am in that state. And next to me is Olga Kluwer. And she is next to you, and she is bringing you into your screen, and you are experiencing. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to give you any tip-offs or spoilers. You will have the experience yourself. I will be quiet. And one, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath, breathing in 20% more than you normally do through your autonomic breath, and you're breathing out 30%. As you breathe out, you are expelling more waste through your breath than you do through any other elimination process. By doing this, you are breathing in the prana and chi of the universe. You are connecting yourself, plugging yourself in to the universal field that will allow you to transport yourself to any place in the universe. You don't need a rocket ship. Now, this is what dream time is about. This is what walkabout is about. This is about your ability as a spiritual being to go any place through any time and to be safe and sound. And with this breath, you illuminate your imaginary mirror, which is the same mirror that was in Olga Kluwer's Curiosity Shop. And you walk through your imaginary mirror. That's your eyelids, where you have REM sleep, where you have dreams. And you go into your Akashic record. That is where the book of your soul's experience is. All of your incarnations are in your Akashic record. Every action you've ever done, any interaction, any relationship, it's all there. And you can see it. Librarian is to your left. And to the left of your librarian is your animal totem, and to the left of your animal totem is your guardian angel. Your librarian, see it clearly, what your librarian looks like. Your animal totem, see your animal totem clearly, what your animal totem looks like. And your guardian angel. Your librarian brings you information. Your animal totem will enable you to understand that information. You may get things that you receive and you don't understand them. You can't put them in context because you have spent this reality in a reality of disbelief. You are just now learning how to suspend your disbelief. See it clearly. And your guardian angel is there to always watch your back. And you have, next to your librarian, is Madame Olga Kluwer. And I want you to see her in her true form, not a disbelief form of a midget or a gnome or a small person. See her for who she truly is. The spiritual being, the connecting rod of God's one love, of love's love, because all there is love. And Olga Kluver is the minister of love, bringing love's connection through this energetic force. And your librarian brings you your Akashic record. It's this, you've walked into your Akashic record from your imaginary mirror, and it's a library. It's your subconscious. It's not a scary place. It's a library. It's a reading table, a reading chair, a nice light from above. And your librarian places your Akashic record, which looks like a big stone. It opens up, it's a big book. And across the 2 pages of this big book is a screen, a blank screen. And around it is 28 smaller screens. And the big screen brings you the big picture, and the smaller screens give you perspective from different angles. See it clearly. Now, I want you to be brought to the place and dimension that Olga Kluver exists in, and she will bring you through the Akashic record, through that screen. You'll see true reality, what dream time is, what your process and reason for being in this illusion life, what you're supposed to learn. See it clearly. I'm going to be quiet now, and you're going to go on a journey with Olga Kluver through your imaginary mirror. You'll see your past lives. You will see the connection between them. You will see why you had this experience and that experience and what was needed to change you alchemically. And that's the alchemy. It's not changing lead into gold. Lead is your base element of your bag of water, your avatar. And gold is your higher self, your ascension into your superconscious mind, where you are in your existence of your own choosing, not the one that's been given you by this matrix delusion. See it clearly. Feel it clearly. Be there now. I will be quiet. And one, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. You have left the delusionary material world and you've entered your Akashic record, the library of your soul's experience. You've met your librarian, you met your animal totem who will be there to give you explanations of information you receive that you may not understand. And your guardian angel is always there to protect you. See it clearly. And you are being guided by Madame Olga Kluver, one of my teachers. That I've had my whole life. And at first she was brought to me by my other teacher, Grandpa Stoll, and I was given the understanding of how to make this connection, just as I am sharing this with you. See it clearly. I want you to see that episode of when Grandpa Stoll brought me into Madame Olga Kluver's Curiosity Shop on Lexington Avenue on 38th Street in New York City. See it clearly. Share that image. Be there with Madame Olga Kluver, Grandpa Stahl, and myself see it clearly. And two, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. So the little squirrel in your head is totally occupied. There are no distractions. Wherever you are, you could be in a crowded restaurant with lots of people talking, and you would not hear any of it. You would not be there. You are here now in your imaginary mirror, going into your Akashic record. Your librarian has brought it to you, and you have been brought into Madame Olga Kluver's Curiosity Shop. Now look around, see all the curiosities. If there's anything that you want to know about, ask Madame Olga Kluver. And she may give you some information that you don't understand. And if you don't understand it, you ask your librarian maybe to bring you other information, or you ask your animal totem to give you an explanation through a metaphor of a story, and you can feel totally comfortable with this because your guardian angel is there watching your back. See it clearly. Be there now. Let your Akashic record and Madame Olga Kluver take you through your life's experiences. What you first were incarnated when you came to this dimension. What dimension did you come from? See it clearly. See the purpose of your journey. See it clearly. And feel comfortable with Madame Olga Kluver's transformative abilities. Let her open up your heart. Let her open up your soul. Let her open up your consciousness. See it clearly. Ascend to your golden higher self. See it clearly. And three, you've taken a long, long journey with Madame Olga Kluver. You feel safe, secure, protected. Nothing will happen to you. Everything that you experience goes down in your Akashic record, so you can go back and look at it again and see it from all those different perspectives. So you won't lose a thing. Your animal totem will be able to explain anything that you don't understand. And Madame Olga Kluver will enable you to not only experience, but truly be free to let every aspect of the experience register with you, where you're awake. Your head isn't in the sand. Fear is not affecting you. Or there's nothing to fear but fear itself. See it clearly. And let Madame Olga Kluver ascend you to your understanding of your path, the resolution of all of your anxieties and fears. See it clearly. You're safe and secure. Now I want you to take that thing, that feeling of anxiety and fear, that phobia that bothers you, and I want you to put it in your Akashic record on a blank page and close the book. Boom. And now that fear, that anxiety, that thing that's held you back your whole life is no longer in you. It's in the Akashic record. And at a later time, you can go look at it and get perspective. And if you need any help, your librarian will bring you further information, and your animal totem will give you insight, and your guardian angel will protect you. And Madame Olga Kluver will take you on further journeys into your superconscious mind, where your place of tranquility, of your own choosing, is. So get up from your chair, stretch a little bit, and to your right there is a door. It is one of the 9 doors. And Madame Olga Kluver is taking your hand and bringing you to that door, and you're walking through that door, and there's some steps, and you're going up the steps, and you find it's a bridge that goes from your subconscious mind, your Akashic library, to your superconscious mind, the sanctuary of your own choosing. Now you're at the top of the bridge, and you're looking down in your sanctuary and see it clearly. And if there's anything about it that you want to know, look over to Madame Olga Kluver, who's holding your right hand, and ask her any questions. And now she is guiding you down the bridge, and you're coming to your sanctuary, and you're stepping off. And as soon as your foot hits, you feel this unconditional love, this unconditional forgiveness. Your eyes tear. You have a lump in your throat. You feel a release. And Madame Olga Kluver is holding your right hand, and she covers the top of your hand with her other hand and pats it gently. And you feel the release of lifetimes worth of guilt and fear and anxiety. And you let it go. See it clearly. Now walk into your sanctuary, and you will realize that Madame Olga Kluver is one of love's greatest teachers and healers. And you're going to be there now for a number of weeks where you will experience the great joys of life, which you will be able to take tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, and share with everyone that you come in contact with, because that's what your life is about. It's about relationships. It's about sharing your love with everyone you come in contact with. Now feel that, see that, experience that. Go there now with Madame Olga Kluver and love's unconditional love and forgiveness. And 3, your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. You're in your superconscious mind, the sanctuary of your own choosing, where you're there with Madame Olga Kluver. You see her as she truly is. You feel her radiance of love energizing every cell of your being. She is connecting you to love's co-creation. That is all there is. Everything else is an illusion. Love is all there is. See it clearly. You've had a great vacation. You feel rested and rejuvenated and energized and free, and your mind no longer is shackled by the disbelief, you know? You've you've released that disbelief, you know? You have let it go, and you can accept anything, and you can put it into context that you can use for the rest of all of your existence. See it clearly. Do not forget any of this. From this point on, you can just close your eyes and breathe that 20% in and that 30% out, and bingo, there you're going to be in your sanctuary of your own choosing. You get angst, you get stuck in traffic, you have someone tries to have an argument with you, someone says something mean, someone says something hurtful. You can go there and let it go and see through your Akashic record what's really going on. You know, when someone does this, you can empathize with their pain and help them let it go. And by you doing that, you are seeing your own pain and letting that go. See it clearly. See it clearly. And 3, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. You've let go all of your disbelief. You've suspended your disbelief. You are now absorbing and understanding the parallel universes. You're feeling alchemically the 99.005% of the rest of the universe in ways that most other humans can't. Yet you're empathetically, shamanically connecting with all of your relations. That means every other human being, every other animal, every other microbe, every other plant, so you will not hurt it or yourself. That you can receive information from 9 generations before you. All of your elders are inside of you genetically, and you are projecting out into the future 9 generations of all your children's children's children. And you're going to leave them with a better world than you have received. And you will not let the corporate illusion structure of materialism and fear and anger and hate lead you down a path of self-destruction. From now on, anytime you feel stressed or hurt, you can simply close your eyes. Breathe in that 20%, breathe out that 30%, let go, energize, visualize, illuminate your subconscious mind, go into your library, either go to your Akashic record or go through the door to your superconscious mind and go to your sanctuary, either one. And you can do it. This is practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you'll get at this. And the best time to practice is before you go to sleep. Just I am here, my little pillows under my head. And you can tell yourself you can visualize any dream you want to dream, you know? You can be it, and that's as real as what this world is. See clearly. And you can visualize what you're tomorrow, at work or school or whatever you're going to do. You can visualize it, see yourself succeeding, see yourself winning the lottery, see yourself getting the A on that exam. Seeing yourself be what you want to be. See it clearly. Do not let yourself be bullied by your fear. Do not let yourself be controlled by your anxieties, because they're all illusions. They don't exist. Only love exists. See it clearly. And in every day and every way, take this piece of the earth and make it strong for everyone else, all of your relations. See it clearly. Now go have another long vacation with love's one love of unconditional forgiveness and Madame Olga Kluver. So 3, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. You have experienced your Akashic record. You've met your librarian, your animal totem, and your guardian angel. Remember them clearly. You can always go there. You can always see them. And you have seen your past lives. You've seen the reason why you're here. You're given the ability to have context to your life and not be totally controlled by the jarring fashion of your experience. Because the material fashion of your experience is just an illusion. And you can manufacture whatever you want. See it clearly. And when you go to your superconscious mind and you go to the sanctuary of your own choosing, you are co-creating that experience with love's one love. Now, you've had Madame Olga Kluver as your guide, and I want you to remember all of this, and I'm going to count you back from 3 to 1, and then I'm going to snap my fingers, and you're going to be back here, and then I want to hear from you guys through your chat what you experienced, okay? So 3, you're leaving your sanctuary of your own choosing, but before you do, you will see what is known as a gazebo. It's a stage, you go some steps, it's got a roof over it, usually bands play at it, but this is a place where you can go and it gives you a perspective above your sanctuary, so you can see further than just where you're standing. And at the top, so you're going up the steps and you get up there, and I want you to think of a question, something, the meaning to life, or what should I do tomorrow, or any kind of question you want. And then you do a 180 to the left, and you will see someone there. And it could be a relative. It could be a movie star. It could be Madame Olga Kluver. It could be anyone you choose. And each time you ask a question on your gazebo, it could be a different person who might be, within the context of the question, the best person to answer it, right? Like you were wanting to know about, you know, string theory, Stephen Hawking might be the best person to talk to. You know, if you want to learn about electromagnetics, you know, Faraday might be the best person. If you want to learn about, you know, the dynamics of 0 point energy, Nikola Tesla might be the best person. So get that question. Now turn to your left 180 degrees. Big O, ask the question to that person you're facing. Now they are giving you an answer, and you received it. Remember the answer. Remember the question. Now you're walking down back to your sanctuary ground floor, and you walk over to the steps that lead to the bridge between your subconscious and your superconscious mind. And you're walking over the bridge. Now you're at the top. Look down. Remember what your sanctuary looks like. It can be anything. You know, it could be a beach, it could be a meadow, it could be a little stream, it could be a mountaintop, it could be an outer space, it could be anything. See it clearly. Now you're walking down into your sanctuary. From your sanctuary into your yes, you're going from your superconscious mind into your library. And you walk up to your librarian and your animal totem, guardian angel, and you bow in gratitude and thanks, and you feel the connection between your guides, your librarian, your animal totem, and your guardian angel, and you feel them clearly, so you know they're always there, and you can always instantaneously access their knowledge, their understanding, and their protection. See that clearly. And then you see Madame Olga Kluver and thank her for her taking her time to show you. And 2, you're coming back to where you are. And 1, you're back. Okay, gang, how was that? Might you tell me what you saw? Were you able to, quiet your conscious mind? Did you illuminate your imaginary mirror? Did you walk through it and get to your library? What did your librarian look like? What did your animal totem look like? How did you feel about your guardian angel? And what was your feelings about Madame Olga Kluver? So, there you go. Come on, there's 8 of you there. These are old chats before we went into state. When you breathe like that and you go to your library and your superconscious mind, it's called going into state. So there's 8 of you there. So I already read those. Anything new? Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, none of this stuff goes away. Once you have experienced, your Akashic record, once you experience your librarian, they're still there. They're always there with you. They're always watching out for you. They're always collecting data and putting it, collating it, and giving it perspective. You may, be distracted by your everyday, but all you got to do is breathe that 20% in and that 30% out, and bingo, there you are. I've been doing this for 50 years now, and I can go into state by just closing my eyes and breathing 20% in, and bingo, there I am. And you too can, just practice makes perfect. And I mean, it was always good, when I was a student, I always got, I was a distracted young lad, but once I learned this, and I learned this young, um, before I even met, um, well, I met three different people, a bunch of people between my age of 6 and 11 that put me on this path. And they were all, I mean, half of them knew each other. I mean, my life has been one of people guiding me, for a certain thing. And there's a great book by Sinclair Lewis called The Razor's Edge. And our character, our hero is Larry. And he's like, the golden boy. Everyone loves him. He's always smart. He's always, the football hero, da 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 da. They go up to World War One and they see just horrors like you can't believe. All his friends go back, and, back to the world, as they called it. And, the roaring 20s, they all make millions of dollars in the stock market and this and that. But Larry stays in Europe to find himself. And he goes off to India and studies with this, and he becomes, a true whoop-de-doo. Anyway, then the Depression happens and everything crumbles, and he's still in Europe. And his rich friends, who he went to high school with, come and find him in Europe. And, they find him as this, really amazing teacher, high level dude. And bottom line is, he goes back home, and instead of becoming, the president or, you know, this or that, he just becomes a simple auto mechanic because he likes working on cars and it helps people. So he changes the world and helps people, but he's no big deal, at least not in the outside world. He is on the inside world. And that's what this meditative process can help you with. You can become anything you want to be because you already are. May I wish I could read this. I wish I could make the writing bigger. Let's see, my library was, and then it fades away. And there is no right or wrong way. Whatever you see is what you're seeing, And there's no standardized anything. And that's really what the universe is about, not being a standardized anything. And what I'd really love is if you guys, all of you 8 who experience this, or any more of you, get a hold of me at thedudewake42@gmail, because there I can make the writing bigger, and I can write back to just you, and we can talk eye to eye, ear to ear. And then if you're in America, or if you have WhatsApp, we can talk on the phone, and that's nice too. So that's been about almost an hour. So I'll wait till it's 60 minutes and 60 seconds, and I'll say goodnight, because doing this takes a lot out of me. Even though I'm lying in bed and I spent a nice 40 minutes in the jacuzzi, I felt like I just did a marathon. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Get other people to. I mean, this is going to be up on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch it over and over again. And that was a pretty good guided meditation. I think if you need to, you can refresh yourself by just watching this. And practice does make perfect. And like I said, when you go to sleep, tell yourself you want to dream about X, Y, or Z. Have your little smartphone turn off all the enunciators and have it nearby. And so in the morning when you wake up, you tell yourself, I'm going to remember my dreams. And so the first thing I'm going to do is grab my phone and hit record, because most of these smartphones have a recorder. Wow, I had this dream about blah, 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 blah. And your subconscious is wired to your mouth, right? And now you put it down on a recording device so you can go back and listen to it over and over again. Just like you can listen to this over and over again. And that's where you have people go, oh, you need to write your dreams down. Well, you really can't. But you can record them. And then you can play the recording back. And when you listen, you can write it down. And back in the day, when you were in school, you wrote things down not to remember, but to understand. It's a German word called Gestalt, lightning understanding. So you listen to the recording of your dream when it's convenient for you and you have privacy and you won't be interrupted. And you write it down in your little dream book. And as you do, you'll go, wow, that's because you dream about things that you do. Now, it puts it in context and into metaphors that you may not understand. And that's why your Akashic record is great, because you can go and see your dreams there too. And you can ask your librarian to bring you more information about it. You can ask your animal totem to explain it to you in a story. And you can have your guardian angel protect you so you don't have to worry about the context of the situation. Got it? So this is a really strong, good tool for you to ascend your consciousness to that golden plateau. Okay? Okay, so it's been more than an hour now, and my arm is getting tired, and I'm getting tired. And I'm going to say I love you guys and sweet dreams, and I will do another live chat in the morning. And when I get to Johnny's school, he's got really the best Wi-Fi around, and so I will do a number of 40-day. I'm probably up to my seventh day of 40, and I will give another interesting little insight. And there's a guy named something off the grid. I mean, go look at, you guys put all this really interesting stuff on my channel here for me to go watch. And you should check it out too, because you all made really great choices. You know, I don't think I could have found half the stuff that, there's there are a whole bunch of them up there. And there's this guy who does weather very well, another guy who does geopolitics really well, another guy does economy and other spiritual people. All the stuff you guys put on my channel, I really appreciate. There's nothing. I've been very pleased by the response. Yes, it's not millions, and but hey, I've only been doing this since May. And again, contact me at the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Go look at my writing. I'd love it if you guys would write and then get a hold of me on Gmail and tell me what you think of it. And my writing is at X-rated, XRATTED.blogspot.com. And I called it X-rated. It's under the heading of Griot Publishing, because I set it up wanting it to be a publishing company so you guys could put your writings up there too, because I want to build a community. The only way we're going to fix things is through community. We have to stop being, because, when you say, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm all alone. Well, stop being all alone. Go find some people to hang with. I keep giving you guys an invitation to come visit me in the deep green. Now it's getting a little cold. This morning I woke up, it was 32 and I had frost on the ground, and ooh, it was nippy. And that's a little nippy to camp, especially at my age. But I've done it before. I can do it again. And I have a very nice campsite. But once it gets that cold, I have water, but it's brought around the site by hoses. So if it gets really cold, it's going to freeze. So that's the problem. So I turn it off, and then I empty out the hoses, and they won't freeze. The heat I have, not the best. Um, it has some issues, and I don't want to suffocate, so I can't quite. I have to like instead of using the gas heat, which would probably kill me, I have to just wear 5 pairs of pants and gloves and shirts and a bunch of towels and blankets, and that works pretty good. I mean, I was toasty enough. But I'm heading over to Johnny's, my old school, and hopefully, what I really want to do with him is take him on the road, bring him down into Florida, and then through Louisiana and New Orleans, and I've traveled this country a great deal. I have friends all over the place, and I'd love to take John there and just have him in his Jimmy state or whatever state. I mean, he's got a lot of different personalities in there, and we all do. We all have a mixture of personalities, but, I'm a school trink, and what makes you balanced or not is how well you mix these things up into your primary personality. When you have separate little characters all over the place, doing separate little things, that can be a problem. It's called multiple personalities, and that leads into other issues. And but it's we all have lots of different personalities in us. The child, the grown up, we all have male and female sides. Because every human being started out in our mother's womb as a female. And then we're a zygote, and then we're a little guy growing in the womb, and then 3 to 6 weeks you get blasted with hormones, and that's when the universal roulette wheel tells you whether you're going to be a guy or a girl. So, but we all started out as women, just like I tell people, being homeless and poor and all that stuff, and I have to get Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security and food stamps and all that kind of stuff, and and those aren't entitlements. We paid for those as we worked over the years. The entitlements is the $1 trillion tax cuts for the rich and corporations, and giving, corporations have the same constitutional rights as we do. I don't think so. That's kind of what the Civil War was fought about, and. And the other side of the coin is, the Supreme Court just a couple of years ago gave freedom of speech to corporations, meaning they can spend as much money to buy. I mean, we have the best legislators money can buy. So these are all issues that we should be talking about, that we should be building community. Because, man, they are just taking a sledgehammer to everything that protects you guys. Now, I live out in the middle of the woods. I can eat, bark. I've been doing it for years, so I'm fine. I'm living on like $500 a month. I'm all told. Do you think you could do that? You're gonna have to. And I, worked at Duke and a number of other places, Los Alamos, Brookhaven's Lab, on artificial intelligence. And I started working on that stuff, in '69. From the time the Wright brothers flew to the time we walked on the moon was 50 years, right? Well, it's been 50 years plus since Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. So if you look at compare that first 50 years, we should be out in Alpha Centauri, meaning we already are, meaning our technology is so far ahead of where the marketplace is. Burning coal and oil is a joke. It should stay in the ground. We have, like I said, Tesla invented free energy in 1880. These are all issues we should be researching, forming communities, and forcing our our government is supposed to represent us. We don't work for them, they work for us. The corporations are there to facilitate our needs, not the other way around. We're not there to be their slaves. we are painting ourselves into a corner. Go see a movie called Zardos, right? A guy named Sean Connery, after be stopped being 007, he did a bunch of very strange movies like Time Bandits, Everything You Know Is Not True, Man Who Would Be King, Zardos, and a few others that really kind of state kind of what's going on. And that's the very interesting thing about consciousness. It constantly, on the sideband over here, is pushing out information that if you only, like I said earlier, you all can see paranormal things. It's just off to the side. If you kind of just, you can see little, what's that shadow over there? And then you look and it's gone, right? But if you learn how to see over there, it's like seeing another frequency. Before they discovered infrared, before they discovered X-ray, before they discovered radio waves, they were out there. We just didn't see them. Our human bag of water instruments of sensory understanding are very limited. But through that process I just showed you of meditation, man, you can see the other 99.005% of the rest of the universe. So go and practice. Get a hold of me at the dudeawake42 at Gmail and give me your phone numbers. Gmail is fine. I respond very nicely to that. Phone's nice too. I like hearing your voice because I can pick up energy. I can pick up energy about you. You just watching this, I picked up the energy of all of you. And, I'm sure you picked up my energy through my guidance of you through this experience. And I'm sure you picked up my friendship and with your guides and Madame Olga Kluver. So, again, don't believe anything I say. Go check it out for yourself. Use this process I just showed you. It's not mine. It's ancient. It was given to me by all of my teachers. And through your guides, you will meet more arcane teachers. That's what the other 9 doors about. The first door that you guys went through took you to your sanctuary. But the other doors, go read, there's a book called 9 Doors. It's a very ancient book. You might have to look a little deeper. There are many books written about that book. There's a movie with Johnny Depp about it. That's pretty good. It's very superficial, but it gives you the taste of what it's about. Movies are great. They really do give you a heads up on kind of what's, what it's about. Okay? The Captain America movies, the first and second one, are really right on about, Hydra is that there are a number of these, the best I can say, mobs that rule the world. And we don't even see them. They're like, they talk about the deep state. Everything Donnie is saying, he's like the X-Lex of our body politic, And he's great, because he's talking about stuff that we all kind of know. Of course, he is saying it sideways, like everything that comes out of, Washington. It's like, what did, No Child Left Behind meant? Every child left behind, Everything is like, the guy who wrote 1984, basically newspeak, none of this is old. The media has always, because who owns the media but these corporations who try to enslave us, come on, wake up. Buddha standing by the side of the road, a traveler sees him and goes, my God, that's God. And I can go talk to God. So he walks over to Buddha and says, Buddha. No, he doesn't say Buddha. Yo, are you God? And Buddha kind of opens up his eyes and goes, no. He goes, what are you? And Buddha's reply is, I am awake. So wake up, guys. Wake up. Because The world ain't ending anytime soon. It's going to keep going. It's just going to get weirder and weirder and not as much fun. It's time to have some fun. I keep saying, let's get the band back together and take it on the road. We can have some money. We're going to have some fun. I've done this a number of times. I'm just a little older than I was the other times I've done this. It's not like it's impossible. I can figure out how to put a YouTube channel up. I can do anything. The real thing is, if I can figure out how to put a Patreon account to this thing so I can get a few more pennies, so I don't have to, manifest loose change like I did today. Well, but it was okay. It was nice. It was nice in that restaurant. Those people were nice, and I really did give them a hand up, and they really were like, "Whoa, who is this guy? How did he do that?" Pretty much. You're nothing special here. I'm just, your little peanut, Sensei Al Bob, and but I'm here to help, and I'm here to have a good time, and I'm here to have a relationship with you. That's what life is about. So go out there and have relationships with other folks. Make other people happy, and that will make you happy. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and do one maybe 8 a.m. for all you Europeans. I'm amazed that my family is like all over the planet. They're not just, in the near neighborhood. They're all over the place. So stay in touch. Yep. Again, the stuff, I'm going to have to go back and get another pair of glasses. It's just like little scribbles there. So again, talk to me on Gmail because I can enlarge the print just with my fingers, just doing that. So that's, again, the Dude Awake at 42 at Gmail. I love you guys. Sweet dreams. I'm going to bed now.